Yes. Welcome to Dungeon Not Included, not a game night.
Welcome to Game Not Included.
Game not included. And also Alex not included. So
Yeah.
he lost power.
Yes. So if you're playing along on the ARG, the Dungeon Not Included ARG, if you could figure out exactly when areas of the country have lost power, you're on your way of finding Alex's secret bunker. So yeah, tonight's going to be a talk
Something
about
that even we do not know.
Yeah,
So.
no, we don't. He's told us
True.
several times, but we're bad friends. So we yes. So it's a talk about game night.
Yeah.
Which I
Yeah.
like.
So
yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, so how's things? How are you all feeling about katanas and trench coats so far?
It's fun. I like it a lot. It's very silly, even though we've somehow turned this, our silliest system, into our most serious game.
Yeah, I guess we did.
Yeah, but I like how kind of gonzo it is. Like, we've got our our little ghost boy trying to solve crimes. Our Fast and the Furious character who, rockets around on roller skates, and then a literal caveman.
Yeah. It's about family.
It is about family. If you think about it.
Definitely. Yeah, no, I love the game. It's great, and it like lampoons a kind of style that I kind of always knew needed it, but I'm glad it got it, and I'm glad it got it from a loving source, right? This isn't just somebody who's like, the hell with this crap that's from a bygone era. This is someone who enjoyed the crap from a bygone era, or some ones who've crafted this game, and it's great. Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah, I think that's important. There has to be some affection for the lampooning to actually work really well. Yeah, you've got to like the genre at least a little bit. Otherwise, it's just mean spirited.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And there's a lot to like enjoy about how the game like basically shaves off all the nonsense and get you right into what you are probably picking up this kind of book for. Even if that kind of book was like a World of Darkness book, you're probably not really doing it because you want miniature combat, right? You want it because you want a ridiculous scenario with like high stakes drama. You want almost the cosmos to say, no, this is too dramatic, it has to happen, right? And the game actually will do that in this case, which I like. Yeah. I'll say my one blank spot in this, and I'm glad you're here, Rebel, for that, is the car wizard. I think I know. I haven't read the splat book for it at all, and that probably is the biggest problem. I think I know what a car wizard does, but I'm not sure I know what a car wizard does. So, how do you think it plays out?
Car wizards are all about, well, family, first of all, obviously, but the actual mechanics of it, from what I understand, and I may be misunderstanding, I've read through it like once, maybe twice, but car wizards are all about basically taking a situation and sort of blowing everything up. And I mean that in multiple ways, right? Like, you want the action to be pumping, you want the juices to be flowing. If something can happen, or if something couldn't normally happen, but there's a car wizard there, then it probably will happen, right?
Interesting.
Like, if I was like, if we were, I don't know, trying to catch a perp racing down the streets at 90 miles an hour, and they take a corner, and let's say we miss the exit, I can, do something, shift the turbo boosters into overdrive and spin us around and get us there at the exact same time as they pull onto the highway, right? Stuff like that.
So I think my mistake has been, in my mind, it's hard not to map this to World of Darkness stuff. I kind of mapped it to Mage. Like there was a way of like you doing bonkers random things, but within the confines of whatever your paradigm is, whatever you believe the world, how it works. But it doesn't seem like that's really it.
No, that's totally not how a car wizard works.
Yeah, no, it feels like it's like you're just agents of almost pure chaos. And
basically, if a car wizard starts thinking about physics, their powers stop working. So
yeah, it's like you're almost like fairies. You're like, you have to believe. You have to believe.
Yeah. Oh, legit. Okay. Yeah. Totally. 100%. Clap your hands if you believe in car wizards.
That's
definitely
so much cooler. That is really interesting.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a whole genre of movie. Obviously, not just the Fast and Furious movies, but like any movie where like you're like, how does this work? But I don't care. I'm enjoying it. But like normally, how does this work?
If you take the limitless pill, you're doing car wizard shit, right?
Yeah. Yes. Or whatever that Hayden Christensen movie where he can make things portal in and out. Okay.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Jumper.
I think it was called Jumper. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Again,
they had to change the name in Britain because that just means sweater.
Oh, yeah. They should have just put them all in sweaters. Sweaters on them.
You don't change the name of the movie. Instead, you edit the entire movie so everybody's wearing sweaters through the whole thing. I will say Jumper is a better name than Sweater because Sweater makes it sound like really gross. Like this is the thing you wear to sweat in.
Yeah.
No.
Although biscuits being cookies, that's just wrong.
There are actually, I found this out from Great British Bake Off, or
the Great British Baking Show, as it is known in our country.
Because Pillsbury owns the rights to Bake Off.
I did not know that's why.
Yep, that is why. But they call hard cookies biscuits, so like short crust cookies, stuff like that, and anything that's soft is a cookie. Yeah, I don't fucking get it either. A biscuit is a thing. It's like a bready thing that you dip in gravy. It's not sweet.
Everyone's opinion is valid except for that one. That's not acceptable.
Right. No. Yeah. Well, honestly, we should oppress British people more anyway. So
they seem to like it. If you're one of our British fans, you're probably not watching right now, but you'll be catching this on YouTube. Please leave a polite but devastated comment. Yes. Okay. I think I get Car Wizard a lot more now. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
I think you're definitely swimming upstream with your concept, Frank.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the whole game is about awesome things happening to awesome people, and you're like, but my character is the least awesome person in the universe.
Nothing has ever happened to him.
Yeah, nothing is. I'm okay with this being the beginning of awesome things happening to him and not feeling like, oh, I'm betraying the character I came up with.
Right.
But it's fun to play like a character who should be a little bit more jaded with the world, but is actually like, oh, this is awesome. I didn't realize there were so many cool things. And I really I did not think about this at all. We didn't in Game Zero or anything, but finding out that ghosts are real was devastating.
I'm sure, yeah.
Because a big part of the immortal shtick, just in all genre, is everyone I love dies, and you never.
And they don't come back because they don't care that much about.
Yeah, they just they just chose not to, and I'm like, what the hell is all this? Oh, that's fun. What about what splat books would you play if you had to create a new character right now? Because we didn't
now.
Yeah, a lot of people who are watching this is their first experience with katanas and trench coats. So if we haven't talked about it, those characters.
I mean, I'm very interested in. I love werewolves, and so the were creatures in this are great. Well, I think it specifically says in the book that werewolves aren't like a thing, but you can be literally
like 15 years ago.
Yeah, every other were beast is like in canon, but there are no werewolves.
It's such a weird little flex. No werewolves, only other were things. Why?
I mean, to be fair, I feel like if you look at furries, everybody, like, I've talked about this with somebody before. I don't remember who, but like, everybody's default is blue wolf, and it's like, guys, can we be like a little bit more creative? Can we come up with a more unique persona here?
Man, our British furry fans are going to be outraged with
only the British furries who are blue wolves, in which case they absolutely deserve it.
Yeah,
they should be lambasted. Not only are you British, but you came up with a blue wolf, the most common of all furries.
And you can't even name your pastries correctly, or it's just really you got to look long and hard at yourself in the mirror.
I can totally understand why nobody picked a vampire for this game, though, having us just played vampire not that long ago.
Right.
So yeah.
How well does it map to the like the World of Darkness vampire?
A bit. It's more like the concept of a vampire come up with by a Camarilla LARPer.
Okay.
Sexy and mysterious.
Yeah.
Okay. See, my problem is that I don't know jack shit about World of Darkness because I'm not as old as all of you. So I had more than 2 games that I could play, which means that I'm not that into Vampire the Masquerade.
Fair and devastating enough. Thank you.
But like, you know, when I think of vampires in the context of katanas and trench coats, I'm thinking Buffy 100%. Like your angels, your spikes.
So what I find very useful for this game and trying to explain to people, giving them shortcuts, because the nature of the game is so that you don't want to just hand them the book and say, read it all and you'll figure it out. Although it would be fun. You want to give them a couple hints, because part of the joy in a game like this is playing against or supporting those tropes you have come to know and love or hate from the genre or the subgenre. So first, for me, it's always map it to World of Darkness, because that's the big RPG that's like it. But then it's film and TV, right? Because you got to, it's based on something. So that's why like Mage was a misstep for Car Wizards, but Fast and the Furious and Limitless definitely was the one I was like, I get it. And now I see what this is. And I think you're right. From the vampire, like, there's a little bit of there's one end of the masquerade in there. But yeah, these are traditional. These are like Buffy vampires. These are late 20th, early 21st century teenage rom-com vampires.
Oh yeah, definitely very Twilight.
Yeah.
Esque, except maybe not the teenager part, because that's kind of weird.
Well, ironically, one of the shows that I think inspires me for the vampires in this is actually the Vampire the Masquerade TV show that they made called Kindred the Embraced.
Yes. I wondered.
Which literally had, I mean, there were some words in there that were the same as vampire. That's great, but otherwise nothing to do with the game.
For our start of our actual vampire LARP, we actually played the opening credits or the trailer. It must have been opening credits. I don't think they had series trailers at that time.
You mean our vampire tabletop RPG arc, not our LARP? Because I feel
LARP?
like I feel like turning a LARP into a podcast would be a whole other project.
I would love that if everybody just walked around with GoPro body cams.
Everybody's like,
and there'd be like 20 Twitch channels playing it at the same time, and you have to.
Oh no!
That is awful. That would be.
Oh, I hate that.
That's a great project. I love it.
This is amazing. It would be really cool for like
the question is
ghost riding nuke thing. Like I'm still in the World of Darkness, like a wraith thing where like you have someone whispering in your ear the whole time. 2 people to play 1 character. This is great.
So my question is, do you put the camera discreetly on the chest where it can blend in with your all black clothing because of course you're wearing all black?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you put it on your forehead and then in the video that everybody else is taking, you look like a fucking moron, but it gives you a first person perspective?
I think if you could work into the plot of the LARP, that everybody's wearing like headsets, like it's a sci-fi like Minority Report world where everyone's monitoring each other, then it may be good to have that. We could just put it eye level.
Oh God, I hate it. Thank you.
We're definitely doodling about this over the next couple of weeks and
this
seeing what we could do.
Truly terrible. Truly, truly, truly.
Oh God! All right, someone change the subject. I can't stop thinking about this. Let's talk real briefly though about we just aired episode 0 of our sick day game.
Yes.
Which is too early to get into like the fun of it. It was fun kind of talking about it, but it really is. It like I saw the first episode, which we haven't obviously aired yet. We immediately go bonkers in this.
Yes, it goes crazy immediately.
Yes.
Pasión de las Pasiones is not a game where you take half measures.
Not at all. We didn't like these last 2 sessions. This game, the one where the katanas and trench coats, and our sick day game is just insane, and I love it. I love it. It was deranged. I do have graphics. This is a spoiler for everyone for the next time one of us is sick. That's what it looks like.
Unconventional.
We're not going to tell you what the plot is, but
oh, that's such a good image for it, though.
Yeah, it's so bad
with the little hearts on them.
It's so terrible. We talk about the image we want to make for the show early on.
Have you ever seen the fucking title screen for Days of Our Lives? It's a fucking terrible CGI hourglass. It's really bad. So that's like totally fitting with the soap opera thing.
I'm sure at one point that was state-of-the-art CGI. Like,
oh my God, I'm sure.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna get a computer hourglass.
No.
They powered up their Mac.
And like the sand is actually running through it, so it's like really cutting edge stuff, you know?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to hearing people's reaction to that game as it comes out. So.
Yeah, yeah. I these last few games we've been playing have been hitting it out of the park. I really enjoy playing it and enjoy seeing people's reactions afterwards when we post them and what they're thinking about how we're playing. And a lot of times it gets very quiet. That's the weirdest thing about our fans, and the numbers keep going up and down. But like, I love when someone is just silently watching for an hour and we're doing the goofiest stuff possible. I'm like, what are you thinking? And I'm assuming some of them are thinking I'm behind the wheel of a car and I'm listening to this. But like it's weird. Sometimes I just want to know, so is this okay? And then we get a comment like maybe an hour after the episode airs, usually on YouTube or something, and it'll be like someone throwing out a name suggestion. I'm like, no, you're too late. You're like, this is one of the few times it's live. Yeah, so it's a mess, but we love interaction with you folks. So if you want to tell us things, please do, and we will share it on screen.
I feel like we've kind of found our niche as a podcast, though, and a stream.
Yeah.
Of things that are very weird. We have a real comedy focus on this cast, I think. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think just enough time. Like, we don't want to play with it too long, because then it gets too, like, it's too dramatic. We need to have these breaks where just things resolve and we're like, yeah, that's good.
Right.
That's a story.
Yeah. Like, that's what I look for in a game, right? Speaking as a player, I don't really care about like combat or leveling up. What I care about is, did we make a good story? And when I finally get to the point where I'm like, now that's a good story, then I'm like, okay, we can move on to the next thing.
Yeah, agreed. Nice. Although I wouldn't mind revisiting some of the games we've played in the past.
Oh, I wouldn't mind either. I'd love to play Vampire again at some point. So
yeah, I like to do Vampire. I like to do Bulldogs, which is still in my calendar listed as Bulldogs. Especially because like you could do a time jump in that game and be like, what happened? Because it was pretty severe breaking of ways. I liked it. Yeah. But of course, we're always willing to hear feedback. And I know one person has reached out to us. I didn't get permission to talk about it, but I think Craig will be okay. Craig's Persona game. We might want to give that a shot the next time we're done with an arc.
Like Persona the game series?
His game that he's been developing for years. That he's just getting like down to the final few drafts and revisions and stuff, and he reached out and he's like, I want you guys to play this. It'll be fun.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, I've been getting I mean, I'm not into Persona, but I have a lot of friends who are into Persona, so I would be very interested in that.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much that's tied into at all to the Persona.
It's just
video
called Persona.
I think it's just called that.
Oh, it's called Persona.
Yeah.
See, that's why I asked about like the video game.
Yeah, I must have misheard or didn't hear video, and I was like the game. And I'm like, yeah, it's a game. It's a role.
Yes, it is a game.
Yeah.
Games. This is what this podcast is about. Robo, you okay?
Like the video game. Yes, that's what I was asking.
I don't think it's tied to that at all. Although I also have heard about those video games, and I also have friends who like it. Yes, that's Frank's video game review.
Wow.
I have some friends who
friends who like it, maybe. I don't know. Listen to my friends when they talk. That's why we don't know where Alex is yet.
Frank, do you listen when other people are talking?
Well, on the next episode of Dungeon Not Included, we're going to do some... Oh, I'm sorry. What do you think? I need help. Yeah, this is a lot of fun, and the podcast in general, but the last two games we've played have been so great, and they're both games that like I want to reach out and play again off air just to keep playing with it, because that's the goal, right? Introduce someone to a new game that they want to play,
right?
And, of course I have no time. This is the only time I get to play once a week here. So do we want to wrap things up? Do we have anything going on or something we want to play? Or something that we're playing in our private lives that we want to share? Maybe this is a final little thing before we go. Anything going on, or are you all equally?
I mean, I really want to play Thirsty Sword Lesbians, but that's not something I'm currently playing. So
I keep pitching that to people to play, and no one bites. But like again,
why?
I don't think
it's called Thirsty Sword Lesbians. What?
Right?
What is there not to bite at?
I cannot fathom it. Anything you want to talk about, Brennan? About any game you're in right now?
I don't know. You know who Jason Morningstar is, I assume.
Yes.
Frank?
Mm-hmm.
we played the Jason Morningstariest of all Jason Morningstar games. It is called Desperation.
Oh God.
2 ways of dying badly in the 19th
how did that
century. It's actually a really, really good game.
Yeah.
But you have to be prepared to kill a lot of characters.
Yeah. I don't know when
One's
I'm going to be
about
in the
blizzard,
right...
and the other one is about a shipwreck.
Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to be in the right mind to play any of these Jason Morningstar games I bought. I'm like, oh, I mean,
just be like me and get on a big horror kick and be like, to our game group, I just want something where there's going to be a lot of disaster.
Yeah, traditional kind of death.
I mean, I was pitching Fiasco at the time, but
Yeah.
I think I might have to kickstart something that Brennan shared. Oh my God. What's the lich pun?
If I were a lich man.
If I were a lich man. That's
no.
Just of the 3 games pitched, there's one. It's like vampires at a bar mitzvah. They're Jewish.
Mitzvah.
Yeah.
It's same bat time.
Same bat mitzvah.
Same bat mitzvah.
Oh my God, I missed it. I just totally missed that one. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I haven't backed it yet. I'm like, oh, I need a minute.
Well, he was asking for $5,000 and he's raised $50,000 so far.
They're fun concepts.
Yes.
I think the only thing that prevented me was like I'm trying to think about whether I want a hard copy or not. And honestly, playing the If I Were a Lich Man at a Cedar would be amazing. I think like at a fun. Oh, that would be really fun. There's a lot of potential for these games. They're on Kickstarter. You have to search for If I Were a Lich Man. I think that's what it's listed under, right? And there's 3 games in the bundle that's been kickstarted, I guess.
I assume that the other one is Visigoths versus Molgoths.
No, it's not. It's another Jewish themed game.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Those are the only 3 games I know by this creator.
And I haven't looked too deeply at it, but I think it's the other game is the one about Jewish rum runners during the Prohibition. So
ooh,
oh yeah,
interesting.
I believe that's right. Yeah, I read that description, and I do think Visigoths was the earlier successfully funded release game. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of fun things to play out there. Things that don't necessarily involve dungeons or certain mythical winged beasts.
That's true. We didn't say that there were no dragons.
Right.
There's only no dungeons. Lots of dragons.
Well, all role-playing games do have dragons in them.
Right.
You can't avoid it. I mean,
they're called dragon games for a reason.
If you're playing our ARG, if you find all the dragons in our games, that's a clue.
That's right. And in our videos, you have to look in our. There's one in every shot, every frame, of painting. All right,
every frame of painting.
This has been a lot of fun. We should have Alex not on the show more often.
Right. Bye, Alex.
What a terrible thing to say.
I'm not going to say anything to Alex. I just want to see if he messages me at our group. Oh, God. Can I come to the next game?
I'm sorry, Frank. Do you think any of us actually listen to the backlog of the podcast after we're done recording it?
It's extremely hard to hear your own voice and your own imagination going off script. But I'll say this, the last few games have been enjoyable to listen back to. They haven't been cringe.
Shocking.
Yes. Even the stuff I'm saying, I feel like, oh, yeah, you know what? I don't mind saying that. I don't mind the fact that I said that. It's there. I usually am like, oh, can I just remove myself from this? But no, this has been it's been a delight. So
nice.
So there. I don't
So
know
there.
Saying so there too. But yes, see you all next time. We will either be doing one game or the other, or another.
Yeah.
You know, a game.
Thanks, Frank.
Bye, everyone.
Hey there, we hope you enjoyed this episode of Dungeon Not Included. If you did, please tell a friend and leave us a 5-star review and encouraging comments on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcasts. It really does help spread the word for new shows like ours. You can follow the latest from the Dungeon Not Included crew on Twitter at DNI Crew, and over at Facebook at Dungeon Not Included, or at our home on the Non-Productive Network at Non-Productive.com/DNI Crew, where you can find articles, character sheets, and Patreon exclusives, as well as our latest episodes. Thanks!